How did gacha games become popular? Why do they occupy the top lines of revenue charts today? And even those who don't play have heard of names like Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail. Modern players are accustomed to the fact that a free game on a phone or PC will definitely offer them some kind of donation, but in the case of gacha, this is not just buying cosmetics. This is a whole system built on anticipation and excitement, where pressing the call or prayer button becomes a ritual and a rare character or weapon turns into a dream for which millions are willing to spend money. But where did the idea of gacha come from? Why did this genre grow into a global phenomenon, eclipsing even classic MMORPGs and strategies? To understand this, let's go back to the origins. The word gacha comes from Japan. It was born from the word gachapon, capsule machines that dispense toys and plastic balls. You inserted a coin, turned the handle, and a random toy would fall out. Sometimes it was a rare and valuable figurine, sometimes a duplicate, but the process of "what if I get lucky" was exciting. This model perfectly reflects the basis of future gacha games, collecting an element of chance and the desire to knock out a rarity. Already in the 2000s, Japanese mobile developers began to experiment, turning this mechanic into a digital one. The first were simple card games on phones, where players opened random characters. In Japan, this format took off almost instantly because it fit into the culture of collecting and people's habit of buying capsules from machines. One of the first truly successful games with gacha mechanics was Puzzle Dragons 2012. It combined three elements: the usual 3-in-a-row mechanics, a monster collection system, and gacha challenges. Puzzle Dragons quickly became a hit, earning billions of dollars. Other projects followed suit: Fate Grand Order, Grand Blue Fantasy, Summoner's War. They all use the same base. The player gets some resources for free, makes a few summons, gets involved in the process, and soon starts paying in order to get their favorite character. A particularly strong factor was that many games were based on popular anime franchises or created charismatic heroes with rich lore. Players did not just open cards, but assembled a squad of favorite characters who came to life in stories and battles. By 2020, gacha games were already a huge market, but it was Genshin Impact that took them to the next level. The developers from miHoYo, now hoyoverse, bet on a combination of an open world like The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, colorful anime aesthetics, and the familiar gacha summoning system. It was a breakthrough. Genshin Impact wasn't just a mobile game, it was released on PC and consoles right away, offering a full-fledged storyline, a large-scale world, and a deep combat system. However, the core of monetization remained classic, praying for characters and weapons through the gacha system. It was Genshin that showed the world that gacha is not a niche Asian model, but a universal format capable of winning over millions of players. Today, it brings in billions of dollars, and its successors, like Honkai Star Rail, are consolidating their success. The gacha phenomenon is not limited to the mechanics of random drops. If it were only about the gambling system, these games would not have lasted so long. Their success is explained by a combination of several key factors. The human brain is designed in such a way that we love lotteries. The expectation of a rare reward causes a release of dopamine. Even if the player does not receive the desired item, the very anticipation of the next attempt keeps him involved. This is exactly what gacha games do. Every press of the prayer button in Genshin Impact or summon in Fate Grand Order is a small lottery. The developers skillfully add animations, effects, and sounds, turning the process into a whole ritual. Particularly strong is the almost victory effect, when the player gets not the rarest character, but rare enough that it seems just a little more, and you'll get lucky. Like, for example, in Genshin Impact, when a standard legendary character drops instead of a new one, the knocking out of which is limited in time. Gacha is built on the idea of collecting. Since ancient times, people have collected items, from stamps to figurines. In the digital world, collecting characters and weapons has become a new level. For example, in Genshin Impact, many players strive to collect all the characters not because it is necessary for the passage, but for the sake of a complete collection. The same thing happens in Fate Grand Order, where even a hero who is not particularly strong in battle, but is important as part of a series or plot, has value. Thus, gacha turns game time into a hunt for rare digital treasures. A huge role is played by the fact that gacha games invest in the creation of unique heroes. Each character has not only an appearance, but also a story, voice acting, character, in-game quests. Take any character from Genshin, players love them not only for their fighting strength, but also for their well-developed lore. The attachment is so strong that many are willing to pay just to be guaranteed to get their favorite hero. Another important factor is the free-to-play model. Anyone can download the game and play without investing, but if you want to get new characters faster, go through difficult events, or just close the collection, then donating becomes almost inevitable. Genshin is free to play and gradually accumulate primo gems, but most players have at least once purchased the Battle Pass or the Moon's Blessing to quickly and easily accumulate the necessary currency to knock out a character, and the Moon's Blessing forces you to log in every day for a month so as not to miss the reward. Gacha games know how to create a community. Every new banner in Genshin Impact or event in Honkai Star Rail turns into a holiday for fans. People share their drops, memes, videos, and create an entire subculture. Players do not just play you, they become part of a community where they discuss who got a rare character and share strategies. This increases engagement and makes Gacha look like a collective entertainment. If Gacha used to be associated mainly with the Japanese market, today the genre has become international. Genshin Impact, Arknights, Blue Archive, Epic 7, Star Rail, all of these games have gone beyond Asia and won over players around the world. Hoyoverse and other companies have focused on localization, anime aesthetics, and high quality, which has allowed the genre to gain a foothold in Western culture. All of these factors, excitement, charismatic characters, mobility, social communities, and a free-to-play model have merged together. As a result, gacha games have become not just entertainment, but a cultural phenomenon. Today, projects like Genshin Impact, Fate Grand Order, Honkai Star Rail, and even more niche titles like Blue Archive bring in billions of dollars a year and form entire fan communities. Although the peak of popularity of such games has passed, they have managed to win their fans who have played and will continue to play, but will the developers be able to retain these fans? The main challenge for the genre is to maintain a balance between exciting gameplay and a monetization system. Many criticize Gacha for its donation dependence, when it is difficult to get rare characters without investments. But successful projects like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail show that this can be smoothed out. Players are given free heroes, events with rewards, and guarantees of getting rare characters after a certain number of attempts. If developers continue to seek a compromise, Gacha will be able to maintain a mass audience. Previously, Gacha games were mainly turn-based RPGs with simple battles. Today, we see full-fledged action games with an open world, like Genshin Impact. In the future, developers will expand the genres. There will be gacha shooters, strategies, and perhaps even MMOs with collecting elements. The genre will move to where it is least expected in order to surprise players. Yes, many consider gacha a controversial genre due to donations and gambling mechanics. But the point is that gacha perfectly combines the psychology of collecting, social engagement, and accessibility. As long as people love unexpected rewards and get attached to virtual characters, the genre will live and develop. The phenomenon of gacha games is not just a random fad, it is a reflection of how the modern gaming industry has adapted to the desires of players. Genshin Impact, Fate Grand Order, Honkai, Star Rail, Arknights, all these projects have proven that gacha can be more than just a gambling mechanic. It is a whole cultural layer that unites millions of players around the world.